prepare for SAP. But first, some adventure. For me, once we reached the Estación at Monteverde, I spent the rest of my program there because that's where I did my independent research. We got to explore some super cool trails behind the station. This is when we started to have class in an actual classroom, but it was still pretty cozy. Most weekends for agroecology, we'd visit different farms, and some standout memories are visiting a carbon-negative farm and also watching my friends make sugarcane juice. The Monteverde Institute gave us a super warm welcome, and that's where we started taking our Spanish classes. They were some of my favorite Spanish classes I've ever taken because we really just focused on talking. Sometimes we sat outside on yoga mats or walked to a coffee shop. And to work in some cultural elements, our Spanish teachers taught us how to cook a traditional Costa Rican meal and gave us a salsa lesson. This was all before our independent research projects, and that's when half of our friends left to Quahini Keel to go puff up pufferfish and play with octopus, but I stayed in Monteverde, and I'll keep a little suspense of what I researched till I release my final video, but let's just say it has something to do with our professors were so invaluable in our independent research projects. Whether it was giving us rides in the car and providing some amazing snacks, or driving us around in the golf cart, or guiding us and helping connect us to different people who helped us along the way. Our professors have been amazing. They've really become like family to us. Also, sometimes they show up to movie night with a venomous snake. We love a good movie night here in the biology station, whether it's cheesy Hallmark movies or Ex Machina. We cozy up on the couch, we pop some popcorn, and this particular night we were watching Finding Dory. About halfway through, our Professor Frank walked in the door and said, "Are you alright to take a break?" We turned to look at him and he was holding a bag with a pit viper, a venomous snake in it, and said, "Pizza and beer in the car." It was super cool to get to take a closer look at a pit viper, but I will say we were super careful, released it soon after, and I don't recommend you go around picking up pit vipers. We did a short hike into San Gerardo with our backpacks. The biology station was gorgeous. We liked to chill in the hammocks on the balcony and look at all of the rainbows. I love passing notes to Robin and Em through the hole in the wall by my bunk bed. When we had free time, we liked to go on hikes together and hiked out to the waterfall for some good waterfall screams. When we got back, there were usually donuts or banana bread waiting for us, and we always had late night hot chocolate. In Monteverde, I just totally felt like a fairy. Life was kind of just magical. I remember one day I was journaling by this bush I really like because butterflies and hummingbirds love the flowers, and a saino, which is kind of like a wild pig thing, just walked in front of me. It was really cool. We totally had our movie moment stargazing together, and with Ronnie always playing the cello or someone playing the guitar, my life was soundtrack, which is great because I do love movies and I got plenty of time to dance and act. I felt so lucky to have people be so accommodating so I could self-tape while I was in Costa Rica, and having such a special time here is why it's so hard to leave this place. I don't know if you remember a time when you made oobleck or read books about your favorite mammal, but I think we all started out as little scientists. I might have lost mine along the way of growing up, but being here taught me to be carefree and curious again. To the people who've been a part of this, I love you. No, like genuinely, I love you. You've changed my life forever. I cannot thank you enough for screaming into waterfalls with me, holding my hand as we swam through bioluminescent plankton, for passing me silly notes through the wall and cheering me on while we ziplined, for feeding me ramen while we baked and teaching me to love myself more. Every morning, I'll miss not seeing your beautiful faces at breakfast and giving you a hug before bed. 2.5 months ago, our Professor Frank told us to take a mental note of where we were, knowing that when we returned to that same spot at the end of our trip, we would be different people. I didn't feel myself changing, but looking back, I let go of so much fear. I made a new family, and I found my child scientist again. I think I used to be afraid of falling in love with an experience knowing it was going to end, but the more I do it, the more I know I'm going to find it again. And I guess I get to leave here knowing that this level of happy exists, and I'm going to find it again. So, on to the next adventure.